Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 12th IISS Asia Security Summit, the Shangri-La Dialogue. It is a delight to see so many people who are here for the first time and so many that are here again. The sustained enthusiasm for and interest in the Shangri-La Dialogue is a testament to the important institution that has been built. We reconvene after a year of heightened tensions in the Asia-Pacific, recognizing that defense diplomacy is needed to contain disputes, limit provocations, and inspire conflict prevention. A great deal of good work can be done over the next few days to establish ever stronger and genuinely effective security dialogue. The French philosopher Descartes is famous for uttering the tantalizing phrase, "I think, therefore I am." But we must avoid the neo-Cartesian error of believing we meet, therefore we are secure. The Shangri-La Dialogue can fulfill its aims only if it leads to practical results. I know that every effort has been made by the delegations participating here to plan for effective discussions. To that end, this year, the IISS, working with the government of Singapore, added a new dimension to the Shangri-La Dialogue in the form of a preparatory Sherpa meeting. The Fullerton Forum, held in mid-February here in Singapore, comprised senior officials from most of the states who normally participate in this summit at ministerial level. It provided an opportunity to discuss in great detail the security issues of the region and for senior officials to engage privately with influential security experts to discuss policy options. It helped the IISS to refine the agenda for this meeting and give comfort to the core regular participants that their interests would be catered for in the summit. The Shangri-La Dialogue has therefore become a process, not just an event, and in mid-January 2014, we will reconvene the Fullerton Forum in Singapore with key senior officials to prepare for the 13th Shangri-La Dialogue, 30 May to 1 June 2014. Strengthened by our new cohort of Shangri-La Dialogue senior fellows based in our expanded IISS Asia headquarters in Singapore, the IISS is conducting ever more detailed research and analysis on military facts and developments in the Asia-Pacific. Members of the ISS and the community of policymakers represented here will see a strong increase in the data that we produce on Asia-Pacific military and security issues, ranging from military modernization to cybersecurity, proliferation risk to counterterrorism, defense economic issues to conflict management questions, all greatly enhanced by the extensive access that we enjoy to the defense and security establishments of this region. The ISS has also increased the pace and intensity of our travel within the Asia-Pacific, consulting with capitals very closely. We are gratified by the deepening and widening interest that is being expressed to us in the Shangri-La Dialogue process and how it can be further enhanced and deepened. Earlier this month, for example, I was told in the impressive offices of the Central Military Commission in Beijing that the PLA considered the Shangri-La Dialogue a global conference without peer, and that it was valued because of three principal characteristics that they had identified. The Shangri-La Dialogue was, in their view, I was told, independent, fair, and open. I think that is what the IISS in Singapore have always aimed for with this dialogue. We look forward to the prospect of receiving the chairman of the Chinese Central Military Commission in this hall to exchange views with defense ministers and strategists at a future summit. If there were a fourth characteristic to the Shangri-La Dialogue that could be identified, it is flexibility. We are not strictly bound by any formal mandate as to which countries we invite. We must remain alert to the changing shape of Asia-Pacific relations and defense interests as we prepare for each year. This is routinely referred to as the world's most dynamic and changing region. It follows from that analysis that our dialogue must be ever evolving. We must flex the defense diplomatic muscles that are relevant to the challenges of the day. The ossification of the Shangri-La dialogue participation is something to be avoided if we are effectively to serve the interests of defense diplomacy. We are determined each year to ensure that all countries of the Asia-Pacific are fully engaged in the dialogue process. The IISS continues to reach out, for example, to the DPRK to seek its involvement in the SLD and aims to have a full House of Asia-Pacific defense ministers always represented. Those from outside who have historic and continuing roles in the region are also essential participants. But the interest in the Asia-Pacific from beyond Asia is not confined to the states of North America and Europe, who are again so well represented this year. The Middle East has ever closer relations to Asia that include joint security interests. And so it is excellent, for example, that this year the United Arab Emirates is represented here by His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed. Other regions are also increasingly interested in the security environment of the Pacific. Over the course of the year, we have received inquiries from countries as diverse as Brazil and South Africa to participate at ministerial level in this dialogue. Since Russia, China, and India are regular participants at the Shangri-La dialogue, facilitating a five-way meeting of defense ministers from the BRICS countries at a future Shangri-La dialogue may make sense and could complement other bespoke gatherings here, such as the now traditional US, Japan, Korea trilateral meeting. I make these points simply to emphasize that this dialogue, your dialogue, is an organic being. The ISS will continue to innovate in an effort to keep the SLD vibrant and useful to the participating states, while maintaining the strong and unique focus on the Asia-Pacific, ensuring that the voices of all resident powers are paramount. However, as the Shangri-La dialogue grows and develops, it always has to be true to its roots. The strongest of those roots is its ASEAN birthplace. We are grateful for the tremendous support given to this process by the government of Singapore and also the strong commitment traditionally shown by all ASEAN states to full participation at this annual event. A number of ASEAN heads of state and government have in the recent past opened this dialogue. It is a distinct honor for the IISS that this year, the 40th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Singapore and Vietnam, that the head of government of Vietnam is setting the stage for us tonight. With a population of 90 million and a proud record of defending its independence, Vietnam has made great strides in overcoming the divisions of 1945-1975. Like many states in the region, its leadership faces a number of domestic and international challenges. The international relations of the country require deft handling. The perspective of Vietnam on regional security and the roles of large powers is one we are all interested in better understanding. Prime Minister Nguyen Đang Dung was born in Cha Mau province in the southern tip of Vietnam in 1949. He was the youngest person to be elected to the Politburo in 1996 and the youngest person to become Prime Minister in 2006. His career has included spells as a provincial party official, as a military professional, as a member of the Central Committee of the party and of the Politburo, as a Deputy Minister for Public Security, and as a Governor of the State Bank of Vietnam. He is now in his second term as Prime Minister of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, during which he has been a strong proponent of Vietnam's proactive integration into the global economy. This statement to the 12th Shangri-La Dialogue represents the first time that a Vietnamese Prime Minister has addressed foreign policy, national security, and national defense issues in a public speech to a foreign audience. We are delighted that the platform of the ISS Shangri-La Dialogue has been chosen for this historic occasion. Mr. Prime Minister, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.